coffee for you and going out of bed. No, this bitch won't leave me alone. I forgot my watch again. I'm putting that on now. Don't stay away for too long. I look pale. Holy fuck. I got back from the gym and totally forgot my watch. It's like the workout didn't really count. Today I wanted to talk about the importance of unilateral training. And then next week I'll probably do another gym vlog because y'all really seem to like the vlogs that I do. So the powerlifting vlog did really well. My bodybuilding vlog from last week did really well. I shouldn't say really well. It did better than my other videos. It got more traction. We're gonna kind of incorporate those, but I still want to do some informational videos for you guys. This is a health, fitness, wellness channel. What the fuck was that? Today's vlog, I'm going to be talking about the importance of unilateral training. That's what I'm doing, but I don't know how well you can see it. But one shoulder is bigger than the other. You can kind of see this shoulder is definitely bigger than this one. And like same with my traps, like this one's bigger than this one. It's noticeable in my rear delt as well. This one's smaller than this one. Yeah, I haven't done a DEX scan. I use like the in-body scale in my bathroom and it like tells you like the balances and it says I'm almost perfectly even and I know that's not true. I don't trust that right now. So it's all unilateral work. It's a lot of cables and dumbbells. You always want to start with your weaker side. So for me, I'm pretty sure it's my right side because my right side is not as developed as my left side. But I also didn't notice this until I started bodybuilding style workouts. It wasn't really noticeable. I switched over to the bodybuilding style and it became so prominent and I was like, I'm not going to continue this one for now. Literally bad. It was bad and I'm like, I don't want it to get worse. So I switched over to unilateral training. I don't normally do like jumping around. I'm going to stick with this unilateral training. At the end of it, it does have a 5x5. And I don't know if it's bilateral. It's a symmetry program. It's to help like make your body like symmetrical. Not 100%, but pretty damn close to it. So I'm rocking it, I'm rolling with it. And this is the first week of the program. 3 full body workout days. And I feel like there's like no fucking lower body shit. Like there's like 2 exercises each day. And I'm like, bro, how am I supposed to grow my lower body? Everything I do, I feel it in my glutes. My butt is so sore. So I'm like, I swear to God, if my ass doesn't grow from this, I'm gonna be really mad, okay? I'm gonna be really mad because I want a skinny waist and a fat ass. And we're starting the cut in a couple of weeks. So I will be on this program while we're doing this. I'm like, fingers crossed. I did wanna go over the importance of unilateral training incorporated in. Yes, you wanna do it for performance. You wanna have your mobility days. Oh, there's 2 mobility days in there too. And then I do 2 active rest days. And with it starting to get warmer, I can take the dogs on walks again. And I'm so excited. The sun just makes me happy. And we finally have been getting sun. And I haven't seen the sun in so long. And it's not cold. So I'm like, oh my God, I just feel so happy. Anyway, back to unilateral training. Instead of doing bilateral, which is like barbell stuff, you're using both sides of your body at the same time. So like for bench press, squats, deadlifts, you're doing all of that. It creates imbalances because what it does is one side is compensating for the weaker side, overcompensating. So it creates muscle imbalances. We don't want muscle imbalances because then you're gonna like look jacked on one side and not on the other, and it just doesn't work. And I think part of the problem is that I always flex my left side because I'm right-handed, so I take the pictures with my right hand. You might be wondering, what does flexing have to do with your muscles growing? Have you ever wondered like why bodybuilders flex in the mirror in between sets? It's actually an isometric movement, and for those of you who don't know what an isometric movement is, it's an individualized muscle group. So like lat pull downs, do a lat spread afterwards. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're like so big. No, they're actually, it helps the muscles grow, it helps them connect to the muscles more. They're doing an isometric hold, helping them build more muscle. Now you don't do it all the time. Don't recommend doing that. Doing isometric movement can do that. So when I go and I'm flexing my arm, this side is getting that isometric movement that this arm is not. You can definitely see it in my shoulders. My shoulder over here pops way more than this one does. And then this side is gonna end up compensating for this side if I'm doing like a barbell row. Excuse you, Missy. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, but she wants to say hello. No. Ah, touched me, bro. Go lay down. We'll cuddle later. The isometric movement makes this side just a tiny bit stronger, which then is going to compensate if you're doing like rows or your barbell pushes or your deadlifts or your squats. Because I always flex my left leg too. I don't know why. It just looks better than when I'm trying to flex my right leg. It just creates these imbalances. And I think that's part of the reason why I have such bad pain with my SI joint. So I'm hoping this helps with that. Your stronger side is going to end up helping to compensate for your weaker side. And it's going to in turn make your stronger side stronger and your weaker side weaker. I think this is part of the reason why I've been having SI joint pain and knee pain in my left leg. It's not lack of I went to a physical therapist and it's not lack of movement in my hip. And I asked them if it was lack of like mobility in my ankles. She was like, no, I don't see anything. I think she fucking lied to me. I honestly told them that I stopped having pain. It's not like the shooting pain that it was, but like I still have discomfort. Y'all aren't even, like this is shit I can do at home. Like you're not doing anything for me. So I stopped going. And I still paid, I mean, after insurance, I think I still ended up having to pay like $500 for that shit. And I'm like, this is shit that I could have literally done at home. I do those movements every day before I work out, but the importance of the unilateral movements, you always start with your weaker side and do what your weaker side can do. And like, I start the process and I'm like, I feel like my right side is stronger than my left side. I really don't know. I probably should get a DEX scan done, but I don't know of anywhere that has that around here that's not out in Chicago. And I don't want to drive an hour and a half to Chicago just to get a DEX scan. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just don't know. So I do like dumbbell and cable movement. So it's 2 by 10 on each side for majority of them. An exercise for each one with dumbbells, one with cables. And it's like your leg movement, and then your chest, and then shoulder, you know, bicep, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to lose my cable and I don't want to lose my biceps. Doing like all my cable movements and then I'm moving and doing all my my dumbbell movements. And it's like alternating, so you have to do like one, like your chest press or whatever. It's like 1, 1, 2, 2, and so like I just count to 20. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's like very awkward because you really have to like stabilize yourself because you can't compensate. And I'm like, this is harder than I thought it was gonna be. When I was doing my lateral raises today, I was like doing it, but then I felt myself like leaning because I had no weight on this hand. Just did one side and then the other side. But I had to hold the weight, stabilize me for moving when I was doing the movement. This is it's so much more difficult than you would think it is. I promise it's totally gonna be worth it. I'm gonna take some before and after pictures. Take pictures like fully like flexing so that way you guys can kind of see the difference like before and after. And I also, with my cut, I have some other news that I'm doing with that, but I'm not announcing this yet. Not announcing it yet. The 26th, I'll be making my announcement. I really hope I explained it. I'm gonna have the actual vlog in next week, so it's gonna go into more depth on it for you. That's all I have. And then I have a summit that I have to be on at 3. So today's a little bit fucking crazy. Until next week, have a good one, you guys. We went all natural today. Like, I look tired, I feel like. I don't even care. Sugar on my face? I can't tell. It's from the donut, okay? Don't judge me.